If you're wondering what's with the delay, I'm waiting for the record to start. So, how are you? Yeah, I'm just gonna. There we go. There's the recording started. All right. Hopefully, you're having a good day, fourth hour. Let's talk to you about what you're doing today. All right. So, hopefully, you can see on the screen that today I get to give you a lesson on how to evaluate examples for social speeches. And you're going to evaluate them for two things: the formula and then PV legs. And then I'm going to give you time today to do that. So by the end of the hour, you should have task 2 done on this week's work. Tomorrow, I'll start by telling you a story. Then I get to give you a little lesson on how to choose your social speech type, topic, and context. And of course, I'm going to give you examples of that, and then you'll have time to do it. So hopefully by tomorrow, you have everything in for this week and submitted. If you have extra time today and you haven't gotten in week 1, please do so. Keep in mind, you can edit and revise any work in here. The goal is for you to learn it. All right, so let's show you where this is going to look for today's work on your handout. So you already did task 1 where you write in the characteristics of the examples I gave you of the different types. For task 2 today, so you're going to watch at least 2 social speech examples, and you'll get a choice. You can either watch past student examples or other examples in the public examples that I'll preview for you in the slides in a moment here. Just like we usually do when I have you watch past examples, there's 2 goals. 1, I want you to see examples of how this is done, and 2, giving you some practice, I suppose, practice in evaluating. The more you evaluate other speakers, the more you start applying it to yourself. That's really the trick. So just like last time, you're going to write 2 things for each performer. And I'm not grading the sentence structure. I'm looking for details that show me you understand the social speech formula and PV legs. So you'll write that for each. So let's show you an example of what that would look like and where you'll get those examples. So if you choose to use the student examples, those are in a folder, in this week folder. There we go. That's the easier way to say it. They're in this week's folder. And they say social speech examples. I don't like to be vague. So if you watch student ones, that's how you can do that. If you choose to watch online ones, I have links throughout here. So look for this blue colored slide. So for example, for historical anniversary, I have President Reagan speaking on the 40th anniversary of D-Day, and he's in France. Notice for each of these, I also give you the background of the speech. In other words, the context of the speech. I would suggest reading that before you watch the video, just to help you out. On the other hand, I also have a wedding anniversary speech. So this is 3 siblings celebrate their parents' 50 years of marriage. So that one's available to you. For wedding, I have a maid of honor toast. Typically, maid of honor toasts, they tend to go more sentimental, whereas guys tend to joke more, but there's no wrong way to do it. I was told in school when I went to speech class, like, if you're a woman, you will be a maid of honor. And I'm like, that's just a given? Like they just hand that out, huh? Weird. So here's a maid of honor speech. Now, for eulogy, I have a longer example. You do not have to watch all of it. But one of the best eulogies I've ever seen is this one here. So watch at least 7 minutes of it if you don't have time for all of it. So for commencement, I have 2 examples for you. I have a weird kid who owns his weirdness, and then another student who used an extended metaphor or an analogy. He did a really nice job with that. Both are humorous. You are not required to be funny. Like you don't have to make these entertaining if you don't want to. The goal when you perform yours is to show you understand the social speech formula. So let's go over what this might look like when you write about the social speeches. So I'm going to show you a good answer versus a needs work answer. So you have to comment on PV legs and on social speech formula. So my first comment is on PV legs. So the speaker has good poise and standing straight while speaking. That's a good answer because it not only talks about which performing aspect, it explains why. It gives detail. Whereas in the other hand, I sometimes get answers like this under the needs work. Their poise was good. Like, what about their poise is good? Be specific. Are they standing up straight? Do they seem confident? What is it that shows you that? Okay, next you comment on social speech formula. So here, a good answer. The speaker could use a more clear introduction in using the social speech formula. They didn't say who they were in relation to the event at the start. On the other hand, a not so great answer, they did okay on the social speech formula. So hopefully you're seeing, well, there's a pattern here. The not great answers just lack detail. That's the only difference. And if you're not remembering the formula, it's on this first slide here. So you lovelies have the rest of the time to work on this or whatever else it is you need to work on. And as always, if you have questions, please, please, please send me a message. I would love to help you. All right, go for it. You got this.